Oh, y'all waiting on me? Oh, my bad. My bad, family. You sit up. Okay, I'm ready. Hey, y'all. My name is Tanesha West, and I am over 30. I'm a yoga instructor and a cosmetologist. Mental health? Well, I guess I stay sane every day. Okay. My interest in mental health stems from my own mental health. I have been a person in the military since I was 18 years old, so I have seen a lot of mental health crises, and I've also been a part of a lot of mental health crises, talking people through it. I had some battle buddies that experienced some trauma while we were on deployment, and when we got back home, 2 of them took their lives. So mental health is so important to me because I have lost people close to me. When I got the news that I lost a battle buddy or 2, I didn't know how to feel. I instantly started crying, and the first person I thought to call was my father. So I called my father. He's always been a person to talk me down off the edge, and a little about myself too. I went through some things, and I also left with tremors, so my hands never stop shaking, especially if I'm feeling stress or anxiety. So my way to handle or combat that is to practice yoga. I've been an athlete my entire life, so of course I learned about yoga. But after just trying to figure out how to calm my own nerves and my anxiety, I started going to different classes, and I fell in love with it. And how it made me feel, I wanted to share that with the world. So that's how I became a yoga instructor. So just a little about yoga. It is not just a physical practice. Yoga is an 8-limb practice. So it goes through 8 different things: meditation, movement, mindfulness, all of that. We can talk about that later. So yoga for me is a mindfulness practice. Yoga has helped me reconnect with myself and learn that it's not just a workout, it's a work within. So outside of movement and moving your body, that's what everybody thinks yoga is. It's for skinny white women, and it's just stretching, and it's totally not that. It's about just finding stillness within your own mind, within your own heart, and sharing love. Yoga is breathing every day. Yoga is community. Yoga is beautiful. Yoga is breath. Can you hold your breath real quick? Okay, now let it out. Okay, so the one thing that I love about yoga is it helps you to remember that you have the power to control everything around you in your environment. So even your breath, like you have the power to control your breath. You can stop it, you can start it. You gotta ask me something else. So for me, I have a lot of anxiety and stressors in my life, stemming from past events that I'm still working through. Well, I'll share. So this is what I share. When I was deployed, I got assaulted, and every day I unpack something new. I guess a daily stressor, or whenever it triggers my mind, is why me? Why? What else can we talk about? This is tough. I don't like answering your questions. I'm trying not to cry. I'm over here. I'm squeezing my stomach together. Just every day waking up, just learning who I am again after everything I've been through. And figuring it out while still managing businesses and being a mom. The first thing that I do when I open my eyes, I think, thank you, God. That's the very first thing I do. So if I can get up and say that and get my feet out of the bed and stand there for a second, then I can challenge myself to walk out the door. So every day is different, but I choose grace every day and gratitude. So grace and gratitude is what motivates me to keep going every day. Advice that I would give anybody who is going through a difficult time is to put your thoughts down on paper. That's something that I do, and that's something that I tell other people to do, because if you can see it, then you can understand it. You can work through it. For me, I have to see it. Like, it scrolls in my brain, but if I see it and I read it on paper, then I can draw a line next to it and then write a way out, different solutions to combat that. Why am I feeling like this? How can I change it? Who is this gonna affect? That's how Family and friends can boost your mental health, or they can severely decrease your mental health. With everybody, family is, you didn't choose them. My family stresses me out because I haven't lived in a state with my family in a very, very long time. So if anything happens, they're calling. I'm like, oh my God, leave me alone. But then at the same time, if I don't hear from my family or my friends, then that'll put me in a state of panic as well. Like, do they still love me? Do they care? Like, I don't know. I'm having a mental health crisis right now. Family and friends in the room. So it's super hard to talk about myself because I'm always coaching other people through things. And so right now I'm really having a difficult time just admitting and becoming aware of my own issues, because it's a billion things running through my mind right now that I won't speak about, that I have talked to my family and my friends about. So in that aspect, they are a great support system. But in the event that you don't have any family or friends that you can confide in, then therapy. I did therapy heavily. At the point where someone should seek mental health counseling or services outside of themselves or friends and family is when you start to feel numb or you don't feel anything. Because that was my point when I was numb to everything. So if you ever catch yourself like just drifting off for a long time or not feeling anything, not having emotions or compassion for other people or empathy, I think then you should go and seek some help. So outside of yoga, what I did for myself to help boost my mental health again was stop working. I had severe burnout from all the clients. I had to really sit down and just say, hey, you need a break, like from everything, because I felt like working was taking me out of this world. So I go outside every day and I put my feet in the grass, I work out, I cry when I need to. As a soldier, I didn't cry much. You always gotta be on go mode and ready. So if I feel the urge to cry, I cry. I'm not crying right now because I'm on camera, but I wanna cry just because. So yeah, I hope that answered your question. Don't think I'm weird, but everything kind of brings me joy and happiness. Well, not really happiness, but joy or some form of comfort. Just being outside and looking up at the sky and seeing a bird or a shape in the clouds, or just getting in my car and it's gas in there. I'm like, there's gas in my car. Like, I'm just happy. If I'm in the grass and I'm looking at the ants crawling, like, that's beautiful to me. So I see beauty. There's some haters out there. Faith plays a major role in preserving my mental health because I know that it's something greater than me that I can't even imagine or express. And so instead of carrying all the weight on my own, I could just go to Allah. When I did go through my traumatic experience, I lost my faith. I stopped going to God. I stopped being a part of community. I stopped going to church, everything. Like, I just stopped because I wasn't trusting. So coming back into my faith and joining the community has really boosted my confidence. It reassures me that I always have someone to go to, even if I don't have someone to go to. So I always got somebody to call on without calling nobody on the phone, if that makes sense. Okay, that's it. So my journey has been a journey, and I wish I would have known how to communicate better, being a more effective communicator of my feelings. Keeping everything bottled up was racking my brain. So I would say if I would have known better, I would have definitely learned to become a more effective communicator with my emotions and having resources prepared for future things to come that I knew was coming and that I didn't know was coming. So yeah. Make sure you chop this up real good. Y'all got another question? In the next 10 years, I would love to see the conversation around mental health evolve for Black women like myself. I feel like the stigma is we can hold the weight of the world on our shoulders, and in all actuality, we cannot.